Hey, what's going on, guys? Rick with Rick's Toy Room, and it is Labor Day weekend for me. By the time you get this video, should probably be past Labor Day. I think this is like the 5th video in a couple days now. So as you can see, we got some more cases in from Entertainment Earth. We now have the N cases here. So last video we did had the Emma case that had the Bat Boat. It had one of the treasure hunts, no supers. So we're gonna hopefully hit some new Ferraris too. Hopefully we're gonna hit a couple more Bat Boats, hopefully some treasure hunts, maybe a super. And then, I don't know, I think there's some new F1 cars in this case too. So already I see some Bat Boats. I'm gonna try not to peek because I like to always be surprised with you guys on the end cases. So let's hit it. This new Porsche actually is really sick. I like this Gordon Murray. I think I'm gonna be taking a few out of here. Here is the Porsche 911 Turbo Cabriolet. Little pink interior. It is not a hunt, but I'm gonna put that aside. We saw the Lay-In Lowrider last video, and then the Gordon Murray Automotive is a new first edition. I like that color. I'm gonna put that aside for myself. And then let's keep going. Like I said, I can already see a Bat Boat in here, so we know we're taking those. We have another Ford Model A, the Skull Shaker, and the Honda Visor motorcycle that we saw last case. So those are pretty cool. Actually, I may pull the motorcycle out of that. The Chevy Bel Air, another Ain't Fair, and the Peugeot that we saw last case. So far, nothing super new. Nothing super special. All right. I'm actually kind of getting excited. The Bat Boat, even though I already have a couple, I want more. There's the new F1. So this is a McLaren F1. This is really, really cool. I'm obviously keeping all the F1 cars this year just because of the fact that they are new to 2025. The Cone Shaker in green, I actually like the Cone Shaker in green. I'm gonna hijack that. And then, okay, so here's the Honda that was the Super Hunt in the last case. Of course, the same one that we got is the non-Super Edition. The Gone Mad, which I think we might have seen this year. If not, this may be new in this end case. I'll have to look, but it is a first edition. So that one's fairly new. Take a quick look at that. All right. And then we have the Mad Fast, a X-Ray Racer, Pocket Racer in pink, and the white Firebird that we saw in the last case. The Pocket Racer is new to this case. Pocket Power Rocket, excuse me, is new to this case. So that's fun. Trying to keep all these in a semi-decent order when I put them back in the box. Okay, the Jag, the Ford GT, and the Honda Civic R-Type. The Ford GT is actually really nice looking. I like that color. The Jag we've seen a few times, and the same with the Honda. We've seen all of these, but the GT in that black is really slick. I don't know if I want to keep that one or not. I just saw something that I've already posted, so the end case also has the Happy Cat car. I've already got 2 of these. I don't need a third. Feline Lucky, the Bat Boat, which we know I'm keeping. That's a non-negotiable. And then the Koenigsegg Jesko in this blue, the steel color. We have one of those already. Super Twin Meal, the Dragon Wagon, and the Mercedes-Benz. We've seen all of these already this year. The Twin Mill, I do believe, is a new color. The Dragon Wagon we just saw from the last case. So no harm, no foul. All right, looks like last 9 for the top half, and then we'll get to the bottom. We still have not seen a Hunt or a Super. We found another Feline Lucky, another Jag, and the Mazda 787B, which we did see in the last case. Last 6, we have the Custom Ford truck. The Jaguar V12 Coupe is nice, and we hit a treasure hunt. All right, so the treasure hunt is the Triumph Tiger 100. It is a motorcycle. That is really cool. I'll keep that. The Jag is a first edition, new for this year, and I like that color scheme. And then the Custom 50 Ford truck celebration. This is the Dia de Muerte truck. You know what, we're just gonna keep all of those. We'll just need to replace this in the box here later. And then nothing new here. The Chevy Lightning, the Datsun, and the BMW. We've seen all three of these already. So that wraps up the top half of the case. Let's take a look at the bottom to see if we saw the super and what else is in the box. All right, we're gonna start from the far end this time. All right, far end we have Pagani we saw last truck, the Austin minivan I believe we saw earlier in this year, and the Bel Air, which we've already seen in this case. So there are those. Next three out of the mix, all three of these we've seen, the Cadillac Project GP, the Ford Lightning, and the Koenigsegg. I do like the red in that. It would have been really cool if they did a Batmobile edition of that. All right, the Crate Racer, another Nissan Skyline, and the Mazda 787. The Nissan's cool, I just don't need any more Nissans, and I'm not doing any more trades for them, so I don't really care about it in the case. The Kai Swap, the Honda, and the Mad Fast, all of which we've seen. Nothing special, nothing new there. The Drift Wagon, something is like biting my arm. Twin Dorado, the Drift Wagon, and the Gone Mad, all of which we've seen. The Drift Wagon is a new color for this case assortment. Whether you want to consider that a new car or not, that's kind of on you. All right, nothing new. Pontiac Firebird, the Skyline, and the Mercedes-Benz. The biggest problem with getting all buying cases in sequence is you get a lot of repeats, because you always get half a case of the last case, half a case of new stuff, and then they work that through. It's actually kind of nice. Another Porsche 11, another Cadillac, and the Mazda Drift, which that Mazda is actually sick. There's the Porsche again. I mean, yeah, not a terrible car. I like it. I like it. All right, we are on the last 6, 12, 18 cars, 16, 15 cars. Let's see what these next three are. The Pixel Shaker, the Datsun, and the Kai Swap. Nothing super spectacular, man. Like nothing that's just blows my mind. I mean, the Treasure Hunt was actually really cool. The Bat Boat, obviously. The F1's really good. Okay, the Limited Grip, the Silverado ET, and the Amaru. I don't care about the Amaru. I do like the color scheme on the Limited Grip. It's not a cool car, but that color just screams the 80s. And there's the Amaru. I'm a huge fan of that neon purple, yellow. All right, last batch of cars. Here we go. Next set, the Ford the Quick Bite, which we saw, and the Pagani. I gotta make room so I can get everything on the desk. There's those. Here comes Roomba. Ooh, the Roger Dodger. Oh, I am so bummed. So the Hellcat is the Super Treasure Hunt for the end case. I got 3 more cars to go through. This is the pink Hellcat. It's a metallic red for the Super Treasure Hunt. So we did not get a Super in this case. I do like the Roger Dodger 2.0 though. That is pretty slick. I like that. All right, so there's that. There's 3 more cars to go. I don't think there's anything else spectacular in this case. And the last 3 were the Jag, the Hoto Roto, which is part of the Rod Squad, and the Rapid Pulse in blue. So there are the last 3 of that case. That's it. That's everything from the end case. I'm going to cut this video. We're gonna do a second video for the second end case, because I'm cheap on my content. And yeah, we'll go through the next one. I'll upload that as well, and then we'll see these throughout the rest of the week. All right, guys, enjoy your Labor Day weekend, or you should have already enjoyed your Labor Day weekend. No, this actually will be Labor Day's video. So happy Labor Day for everyone out in the US. Enjoy your day off, barbecue, don't blow up any fingers, don't burn your house down, and we will see you next video. Thanks, guys.